And hello, welcome to the 1% Club. We are glad you are here. I forgot the backdrop is the Colosseum. I am no longer, well, no, I am. I'm in Rome. That's right. I left Paris. I am in Rome. Never mind. I'm like blocks from that thing. It's awesome. How's everyone doing? Still out here. It's like day, I don't know, 11. What do you do when you go to Europe? Raise your hand. Do this if you've ever been to Europe. Do this to me. You ever been to Europe? Here's Europe. You get up, where are we going to breakfast? Where are we going to lunch? Where are we going to dinner? It's like an eat fest. Oh my gosh, it's the worst thing you can possibly. Bread everywhere. There's wine everywhere. It's crazy, man. I have a glass of wine once a week. I have a glass of wine every day. I mean, it's just crazy. Anyways, but I've been well behaved. Hey, Frank Crandall, how are you, man? Your mic is hot. Good to see you, brother.
How
I
you doing,
like
brother?
that. Well, so today, what I thought I'd do is you got about four choices. A, I answer questions about this trip, Paris and Rome, that you've always wanted to know. B, we talk about co-sponsoring. I'm going to kind of do an open forum. C, we talk about what's happening on international growth. D, we talk about what's on your mind, about putting on events or about EXPCon this October, builds coming up this summer, or whatever else you have. So I kind of want to have an open mic Tuesday, which I never do. I always come, I have all my notes, I'm ready to go. And today I thought I'd do something a little different. Now I'm hot. I just literally ran up 5 stories of floors. That's right, 5 stories. So that's what you do. The other thing about Europe is there are stairs everywhere. And after dinner, we did a 30-minute fast walk home. It's great. You burn off breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Here's Europe. Let me help you out. For those of you who haven't been here, you walk and you walk and you walk and you walk. And yes, there's taxis if you can find one. And pretty soon here's a hack. It took us like 8 days to learn this. The Gove family's not that smart. Okay, so here's the deal. You go to map. You turn on your mapping feature. There, whoops. Well, you can't see it, but you turn on your map and in destination, you type the word taxis. Then it pops up taxis nearby. You hit it and it shows you where the taxi stands are. What we do for 8 days? Wander around looking for taxi stands. It's like a maze. Rome is a maze of buildings. They go up 5, 6, 7 stories. About all of them are anywhere from 4 to 7 stories tall. And there's these little tiny streets you can barely get one car through. And so where's the taxi stand? So I finally had the idea. I wonder if this works. And sure enough, like restaurants nearby, coffee shops nearby, gas stations nearby. Duh, taxi cabs, taxi stations nearby. As soon as we discovered that little button, our trip got much easier because sometimes like, we don't have time to walk. But tonight we wanted to walk off dinner and it was awesome. Did all 30 minutes and then ended up with 5 stories up the stairwell. This place does have an elevator, but we just said we're going to go for it and do the stairs. So I'm actually surprised I'm not breathing that hard after running up 5 stories and jumping on and being on time for the 1% Club. So what I want you to do is I'm letting people in like crazy while we're doing this is raise your hand and you can ask me a question about Paris or Rome, or maybe about my new Genius Zone. We're launching this Friday, and we will have that live on Zoom. If you don't know about the Genius Zone, we've been emailing and texting. If you'd like to be a part of the Genius Zone, email rob@brentgove.com. Rob, R-O-B, I know it's a tricky one, at brentgove, BRENTGOVE.com. I'll show you a fun picture. Well, every time I want to show my phone, Rob, unmute yourself. There it is, the Genius Zone, baby.
I was
Let
gonna
me
just scan this with their
unmute
phone. They
you.
could just register for it, and they don't even have to email me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can take your phone and register. You don't have to email Rob. And this will give you all the details about the Genius Zone. But
I'll
before
zoom out, and they can screenshot this too. Let me just zoom out, and they can screenshot this. Sorry, it's right in my design program, but hopefully you can get a screenshot of that.
Yep.
All right, what did you need?
We are let's scroll down and well, I was gonna try to figure out how to get the Coliseum off behind me, but that's fine. I just
Uh,
can't show you guys things. It's
yeah,
okay.
just go ahead. Go ahead. Just on the video button, that little arrow right by your video.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, Rob. I was going to show him. I'm good. I'm good. But a fun story this morning. I walked out to get coffee at the little cafe, and it's amazing. I mean, you just turn the corner. There's like an artifact behind me like this. There's modern buildings and artifact that are like 2, 3 thousand years old. By the way, we went to a wine tasting at a vineyard here outside of Rome. It was 300 years old, the winery. It had been, the same family has owned it for generation after generation. I don't know how many generations you got to count for 100 years, but for 300 years, I don't know. I'd say at least 3, 4 generations for 100 years, minimum three. So it's been through probably 10, 12, and they lived not so long back then. They'd die at 50, 60. Probably 15, 20 generations. The winery we were at is older than the United States of America. Just to kind of put it in perspective. And the buildings we were walking through and the quaintness, I'm just blown away with how old this place is. And when you see some of the buildings here in Rome, there's Washington, D.C. was not the capital of the world. Paris was not the capital of the world. Rome was the capital of the world. And when you get here, you try to envision yourself as a peasant walking up into these things. You are blown away and impressed today with our modern architecture. And I couldn't even imagine what a peasant would think coming from the farms and surrounding communities walking into Rome. It would be like being an alien in a spaceship. It's so megaopolis is the only way I could explain it. It's more impressive than the Senate, the Congress, the White House. It is so much more. And this is thousands of years ago. So it was really cool. But again, today, I know a lot of you are just getting here. I want to do an open mic. So you get to ask about international. When are we going into Tokyo? What's happening with other countries that we're going into, Vietnam, Thailand? Are you curious about co-sponsoring? Would you like to know about that? Let's do this though. While you're thinking of questions, let's go back to the Genius Zone. And so, Rob, I want you to pull up the paperwork we have on it, and let's let me read that to them. It's pretty cool because a lot of you are like, I don't know anything about the Genius Zone. Well, it starts this Friday for 90 days. It's a 12-week run. And so do we have the paperwork on here? Babe, can someone bring me my backpack? Is that my glasses in the side pocket? No, it's in the front zipper where I keep my passport. It's that front zipper pouch. They're in there, I believe, right there on top. Yes, I can't see without this. Right there in the top. They should be right there in the top thing. Nope, the little where I keep my it's where I keep my passport. You don't see it in there. I thought I put it in there. No glasses. Okay, try the side pouch. The side pouch left. Sorry, guys. Side pouch left where I keep my sunglasses, a little side thing. Should be in there. Sorry. Did we get it? We got it. Don't worry about that. We get that. Everyone give Kathy a hand. Good job, Kathy. So you broke it? You broke it.
I
Oh
didn't
God,
break it.
it broke. Okay, I'll take your glasses. This will not work. She just broke them. And they were fine when I gave them to you. Yeah, I'm gonna wear women's glasses. Here we go. Okay. They were broken when you reached in? Weird. Okay, these are really fancy. They're kind of leopard skin print, really sexy. So let's see. So the Genius Zone, let's get into it. It's Friday, May 16th, starts at 5 p.m. It's going to be live in Roseville, but we're going to Zoom for those of you out of the area. This is cool. Sorry.
Bless you.
No, I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. So I kind of create this. Where the desperate don't settle because we are made for more. Champions gather here. What you will learn step by step how to recruit, how to attract top producing agents, influential leaders, and team leaders, how to recruit agents by the dozens, design the perfect custom schedule for you. So each week, I'm meeting every 2 weeks with you guys. We're going to have some really cool training, and then we're going to hold you accountable. You'll map out the future you deserve, follow up and follow through to get your prospects across the finish line, collaborate with future leaders of EXP, Mindset breakthrough. Let's go down. Discover what's holding you back. Smash your limiting beliefs. Build a predictable, duplicatable system for revenue and growth. Implement leverage, maybe for the first time in your life. We're going to challenge you to do that. Find the one thing that will move the needle for you. Simplicity scales, fancy fails. We're going to keep it really simple. Complexity is the enemy of execution. Architect the future with clear objectives. Be held accountable. This is a big one. I should have made this all uh, in bold print, the whole every single letter, all that entire sentence, and made it much bigger. Be held accountable. Remember, everything worthwhile is upstream. Fortune favors the bold. Today is the day. It's a gift. That's why it's called the present. No more saying manana. Start now. How it works. So the duration is 90 days. Met with John Maxwell a couple weeks ago. He says people see in 90-day windows. It's great that you have 6 month, 1 year, 2, 3, 5, 10, 25, and 100. That's great. But what you could kind of see the runway is about a 90-day run. And so this is designed to be over in 90 days. And so it starts Friday, May 16th at 5 p.m. So if you're like, I'm in now, that's Pacific time zone. Rob, we might want to add that. And basically, so of course, for you East Coasters, it's 8 at night. It's going to be every 2 weeks. It's going to be 90 minutes long. In Roseville, if you're local, Northern California, we are serving dinner. We will have food there. It's not a sit down dinner, but there'll be all kinds of food and drink, and it'll be delicious. We are going to Zoom it so you can all participate. You're going to be added to groups of 3 to 5 peers. We're going to create success pods, collaborative pods, accountability pods, your peers. The pod role, you're going to elect a leader, strong, organized, keep everyone focused, and you're going to elect a scribe, someone to record each person's goals and progress. Now, here's a cool thing. I literally sat down and dreamed this up. I copied no one. I thought, what's it going to take to move the needle for you guys? So I said, we need a strong leader in front of each pod, 3 to 5 people, weekly check ins, phone Zoom calls at 9 p.m. So there's a little typo here. This is every night. It's a little hardcore. So this is again, it's time to treat revenue share like a business. I'll say it again. It's time to treat revenue share like a business. And I do dollar productive things every day. So if you want to be a part of this, it'll be 9 p.m.
Brent, what's the typo? I'm fixing stuff as we go here.
It says weekly check-ins. It's nightly check-ins, Monday through Friday.
Got
So
it.
you get down to there nightly, not weekly. And I probably wrote weekly because I was banging it out. But it's so you're gonna check in for 5 minutes. This is not like I have to sit here for an hour at 9 o'clock at night. This is 9 o'clock Eastern. It's 9 o'clock Central. It's 9 o'clock Mountain Standard, and it's 9 o'clock Pacific. So if you're in an East Coast person, we want you put you in an East Coast pod, and I'll facilitate that happening for you. I don't want you on at midnight with a bunch of Pacific Coast people. That's not fair to you or your family. And you're going to a brief report on weekly objectives and progress. So you're going to be brief. You guys know what this means? It means 1 to 2 minutes. How long? 1 to 2 minutes. How long? And this is why the leader has got to be strong, because people will want to talk for 5 to 2 minutes. You're doing it every night. And if there's 5 of you, 1 to 2 minutes will probably take easily 5, 10, 15 minutes, and you're done. You're off the phone. So every night you're going to talk about what you did. What are you going to be held accountable to? Accountability matters. By the way, 3 strikes, you're out. You fail the first time, strike one. You fail the second time, strike two. You fail the third time, you're out of the program. There's got to be some skin in the teeth. I've never done anything like this in 8 years, but you commit to being radically positive. You're going to initial there. You're going to initial the 3 strikes, you're out. And you're also going to initial that you'll lift every room you come into and Zoom room you enter for the rest of your life. Enter there, and I will chase you down in your dreams if you don't do that. So here's the deal. Every night you could come with your tail between your legs, tell us how your car broke down, how your pants fell down, how you lost your cell phone. It's like, woe be me, woe be, not interested. Either you hit the goal or you didn't. Don't come with a bag of excuses. You've been doing that your whole life. Me too. And so this is not that. So you're gonna come with energy. If you missed your goals, say I missed my goals today. But what your group's going to do every 2 weeks is they're gonna vote. Do we feel Frank Crandall held up to his end of this bargain the past 2 weeks? If you miss a night, fine. If you miss maybe 2 nights in 2 weeks, fine. But if you miss 3 or 4 nights, I think you failed. You get a strike. You want to hit it every day. It's a Monday through Friday thing, giving you the weekends off. You can make up stuff on Saturday, and your group will vote. And don't be nice. Don't coddle each other. Overall, over the 2 weeks, did you kick butt and take names? Or the goal here is to move the ball across the finish line. So a little bit there. Let's keep going. So here's the deal. Your commitment is going to be just that, your commitment. I'm not going to set the goals for you. Carmen Zuniga, if I said your name right, Carmen, how do I say your last name? Did I pronounce it right? Zuniga?
It's a Spanish name with an ñ, España. It's Zúñiga.
Sunia. The G is like a Y. I'm sorry.
No.
Sunia, Carmen Sunia, who I love. She's amazing. She's not going to set the goals for you. Jeff Russell, even though he flies airplanes and he's badass, he is not going to set the goals for you. Carmen's an MD. She's not going to set the goals for you. I'm not going to set the goals for you. Matthew Stewart, a golf professional and golf coach, is not going to set the goal. You are going to set the goals. So don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself. So I will prospect every Monday through Friday from 9 to 2. I don't know. For me, I will prospect every Friday from 2 to 5. I was busy. I'll give it one day a week. And it worked really well for me one day a week. Now there's a saying, everyone write this down. When the opportunity presents itself, do what? Present the opportunity. I'll say it again. When the opportunity presents itself, present the opportunity. So don't think for 1 second I wasn't prospecting people every day as I was booking open houses, calling agents about their listings, negotiating offers, sellers, setting up showings. And if I met them, I said, "Hey man, I really love your attitude." Now you got to be smart. You don't meet a man and immediately ask him out to coffee or on a date. You don't meet a woman and immediately go, "Hey, let's go to Tahoe for the weekend. You like wine tasting? Let's go to Napa." It's called coming on too strong. It's called not having a social a lens to look through. You have to have some emotional intelligence. Slow down, Action Jackson. Slow down, G.I. Jane. Get to know people. When people know how much you care, then they want to know how much you know, but not until they know how much you care. Slow down, get to know somebody, maybe collaborate with them on open houses. Maybe you're great on databases, or maybe you're great on social media. Say, "Hey, I want to share with you. I want to collaborate. I'm always looking for top agents. I'm really impressed with you. Would you like to grab coffee? And I've seen how you do your listings. I'm so impressed. I love your attitude. Would you like to meet?" No, I wouldn't. Okay, bye. Done. But that's prospecting, by the way. That is prospecting. Okay. You can count that. But now if they're all that for 2 weeks, I'd say you're kind of chicken. I'd say you're saying, "Whoa, whoa." No, there's some people you just need to call and pull the trigger with. And so what day? Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, Monday through Friday. I don't know, Fridays, Sunday. I had a guy who did Sunday nights 5 to 8. He said all the agents were home. He loved to call them Sunday nights 5 to 8. Maybe that's your time. For me, it was Fridays 2 to 5. I was always at the office drinking coffee. Hold on, let me get some good Roman coffee here. Oh yeah. By the way, if you're wondering what time it is 10 minutes to 11 here in Rome. Roma. I'm in Roma. Prego. Prego. Grazie. Grazie. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. See, I'm good. I even got the little flavor there. So you're gonna fill up that. Then the next thing is I'll meet with agents and brokers every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, every other day, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Every Saturday, you'll do appointments at 9, 11, 1, 3. What are you going to do? I set a goal, my story, Monday through Thursday to meet people at 7:30 in the morning for coffee. Sometimes we met at 7. Sometimes we met at 6:30. Sometimes we met at 6. What do you do? Sleep? These are your goals and dreams we're talking about, people. And then there are some people who just can't meet in the mornings. They're busy with their kids, etc. And so guess what? I met with them Tuesdays and Thursdays at lunch. So mine would have said, I will meet with agents every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'd write that out there at 7:30 a.m. and Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. That's what I'm going to do, but you pick yours. That just giving an example. Number 3, I will set up a follow-up Zoom after every meeting. Check. There's really nothing to figure out there. If you don't book a meeting from a meeting, you failed. It's called, write this down. It's called the magic move. What's the magic move? Booking a meeting from a meeting. You never get off the phone and say, Carmen Zania, Carmen Zunia. I see, I did good. I love your big smile. You get the most wonderful smile. You say, I will call you next week and we'll see if we can get together. That's general. No, you say, Carmen, hey, I want to book a time. I want you to meet. You always have a plan. When I get off the phone with Carolyn Church, I want her to meet Shelly Johnson, or I want her to meet Sheila Fajon, or I want her to meet Tina Kohler. I want her to meet Jean Frederick. I already know. You don't say, you don't even get off the phone. What do I do? What do I do? You don't even get on the appointment without the next plan. You got to have a plan before you even go. Before you go to the listing, what is your plan? Before you show property, what is your plan? And so you're not shocked. It's like, oh God, what do I do? What do I do? I mean, you're an amateur. If you're thinking like that, it is not acceptable. Stop. And so I used to think like that. I don't think like that anymore. I know my plan. Okay, from here, I want to give them to Amy Weaver. No. This one's better for Tony King. No, this one's Sean Murphy. Oh no, Russ Laggins, a numbers person. Russ is kind of nerdy, loves numbers. I'm gonna do Russ Laggins. So I get phone. Hey, Jeff Russell, I need you to meet Russ Laggin tomorrow. He is the vice president of EXP. I'm not saying I can get the appointment, but if I could get you on the phone for 5 or 10 minutes, you notice I'm saying the time. How long? 5 or 10 minutes. We just spent maybe 30 or 45 minutes or an hour together. He's having another hour tomorrow. Do you have Jeff Russell, Jeff, do you have 5 or 10 minutes to meet with the vice president of the fastest growing real estate brokerage on the planet? Shattered every record ever set by Remax and Keller Williams. No one's ever grown and done what we've done. And boy, we're getting ready to go to 250,000 to be the largest real estate single brokerage ever on planet Earth. The next wave is about to hit. I'm not saying, Jeff, I could get that appointment, but if I can get Amy Weaver or Tony King or whoever it was I want to put him with. In this case, I believe I said Russ Laggin. Jeff, would you have 5 or 10 minutes tomorrow? Tell me, Jeff, say, now most people, well, what would you say if I were to say that? You have 5 or 10 minutes, squeeze out.
If I was not role playing, I would say, yeah, I guess if it's only 5 or 10 minutes, I could probably squeeze that in.
Awesome. What's better for you, morning or afternoon?
Afternoon would be better. I prospect in the morning.
Okay. You thinking like 2, 3, 4 o'clock? What are you thinking? What's best?
4 o'clock probably be best. That way it's the end of my day.
Okay, let's pencil it in at 4. And then I'm going to see if I can beg, borrow, scratch, do whatever I have to do to get Russ Laggin on this Zoom. So put you in my calendar. We're both busy. Now let's be harder. Say, Brent, I'm slammed tomorrow. I am too busy. Tell me that.
But I'm just slammed. I mean, I'm going to be going on vacation. I got way too much going right now.
I totally get it, Jeff. I'm slammed too. We're both type A monsters, but here's the deal. I got 5 minutes in the morning and the afternoon. My day's complete chaos, but I got 5 minutes. Come on, Jeff. Nobody's that busy. I'm talking 5 minutes, Jeff. You have to meet this man. This man is the reason EXP is going to go to 250,000. It was Lee Iacocca with Chrysler. It was Steve Jobs with Apple. It was throw out some names. It was Jeffrey Bezos with Amazon. He's one of the most unique people in the world, and he's going to help you, Jeff. And I need you have to meet him for 5 minutes. So, Jeff, I'm going to ask again, morning or afternoon?
All right, we can take 5 minutes in the afternoon. 4 o'clock, I think you said, right?
There you go. He told me no, he's too busy, and you guys go, okay, I'll call you next week. I'm a little mouse. Hi, my name's Brent. And I used to do that too. I know. So quit being wusses. Be ready. This will happen. And you could role play with each other. You laugh at him. You say, no, not going to happen. Tell me, okay, watch this. This is fun. We're going to have some fun with Jeff. Tell me you watched the video and you're not interested. Jeff, did you get a chance to watch the video? Because he lives 3,000 miles from me. I would always watch it with him. But in this case, Jeff lives in New York. I live in California. I couldn't fly to New York to watch the video with him. Jeff, did you get a chance to watch the modelexplain.com?
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
What'd you think? Tell me it's not for you.
Okay. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's seems kind of goofy, all that like Donkey Kong stuff going on. I don't know. I'm more of a, spreadsheet kind of guy and
Fair enough. Now, Jeff, you and I have known each other how long now? We've known each other off and on through Mike Ferry for about 7 years now.
Yeah, 7, 8 years.
Yeah. Jeff, I know you to be brilliant. You're one of the sharpest guys at Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels, Tony Robbins. You're one of my favorite people on the planet. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call you out. There's not a chance that you watch this video without being totally and completely distracted. I absolutely promise you, when you watch this video, you were doing a counteroffer, you were reviewing a home inspection, the Amazon guy came and knocked on the front door and you answered the door and you came back 10 minutes later and there's no possible way you watch the video without being massively distracted to say what you just said to me. You're too smart. You're far too intelligent. No one has ever said that to me, what you just said to me. It's true because they all say it a little differently, right?
Yeah.
And I go, so just be honest with me, Jeff. That's all I'm asking for. Were you completely focused on that video, watched every bit of it without distraction, or were you a little bit distracted, Jeff, when you watched the video?
Yeah, I gotta be honest. It was a 9-minute video. It probably took me 2 hours to watch the whole thing. So yeah, it was very intermittent.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna back the train back up. See how he told me he wasn't interested, and I just said, it's impossible. You're way too smart for this. Everybody like you is super interested. So the fact that you're saying what you said to me tells me you did not get a chance to really watch the video. And then if there are people you know well, like Frank Crandall, I know well, I go, Frank, so you saw the part where Richard Branson, Virgin Airlines, Richard Branson fully endorsed EXP. You saw that part and you're not interested. Yeah, I saw that part. I go, he didn't do that, Frank. That's not even in the video, Frank. You're so full of crap. And you just got to call. This is your friends. You can't, I don't know, Jeff, that way.
Yeah.
But you guys need to call your relatives and your friends, make up some. You saw where Steve Jobs, before he died, said he was so impressed with Glenn Sanford and he thought EXP would be the largest real estate company to grace them. You saw that part? And you're not, yeah, I wasn't that impressed. I go, it's not in there, Jeff. It's not in there, Frank. And you did this to people? Yes. And one time, I had a guy tell me, he says, yeah, I watched the video. I was not distracted. I saw every bit of it. I'm just not interested. And I said, wow, hey, there's always a first. All right, love you, man. We're good. See ya. So enough said. Okay, let's go back to the notes. But I want to show you how some don't roll over. Don't be puppy dogs. You are gladiators. There were gladiators back here. Gladiators, man. Come on. Fight for your family. Rob, let's bring it back to my notes there. Or did I lose the notes, or are they gonna come back? Let's see if my guys.
Give me just 1 second. What were you wanting? The last page
Back
of?
to my notes. Yeah, we were on the notes there.
Okay, I closed it
We
back.
were on the commitment page, and I got a little sidetracked as Brent Gove finally does. The coffee finally kicked in, and I got going. So we only got a few minutes left here. So he's always doing about 10. Gary Meek, what's going on? Good looking. Good to see you, Gary. All right. So again, the follow-up Zoom is where I did it. You don't let them tell you they're too busy. No, I'm as busy or busier than you. No, that's not the case. We're meeting. You got 5 minutes. Come on. And so you got to be strong with people. And then and you initial there that you're going to do a follow-up Zoom. You notice I didn't say call, three-way calls. Everyone take the word three-way calls and remove it from your brain. That's like saying we're going to go to Blockbuster to video together. We're going to watch an 8-track cassette tape together. We're going to go to the post office and mail. Okay, I should probably keep it down. Like, you don't do that anymore. You don't do three-way calls. Lose the vernacular. You do a Zoom. Hey, let's get together for 5 minutes. I don't tell them what's a Zoom. Once they give me the appointment, I said, great. We'll just jump back on my Zoom channel real quick. Zoom with Brent.live. Get your name. Go to GoDaddy and buy zoomwithcarmen.com. I went to get Zoom with, they're probably calling the police. I yelled so loud on that last thing. I forgot how late it is here. Oops. Anyways, so I care. But Zoom with Frank, I went to get Zoom with Brent.com. It was taken because Brent Conley had it. So I got Zoom with Brent.live. That's why you're all on Zoom with Brent.live. If .live is taken, then Zoom with Jeff.us, Zoom with Carmen.org, Zoom with Tom. Bad boy. I don't know. There's a million different whatever. Get what you got.
I have meetwithcarmen.com.
There you go. Meet with us a different way instead of Zoom. It's Zoom. I like to Zoom in it because it's what we're doing, but Meet will work. But if it was taken, then you have to do Meet. But get creative. But buy that, then you could get a little Zoom account for $10 a month. Rob, how much does my Zoom account cost a month? Do you know?
Your account, we have a little bigger of an account just because
How
of
about a normal account?
So yeah, which what?
A normal Zoom account for
Normal Zoom account is right around $25 a month. But you can do it for free, just have 45-minute time limit.
Yeah, and it's not a year contract. So you can do this for the next 90 days. You need your own Zoom. Don't send them all a million different numbers. Just say, meet with Carmen.live.
Oh, you're talking your URL. Yeah, your URL is only $13 a year. So that
Right.
zoomwithbrent.live is $13 a year.
But they would need a Zoom account to attach it to, right,
Oh,
Rob?
you could still use the free one. You're just directing it straight to your Zoom Room personal PMI number.
Yep. And if you don't know how to do that, call a 14-year-old. They will step you through it, right? Call your 19-year-old aunt, uncle. I'm not being rude. I'm just being honest. You know, I hand my phone to my daughters all the time. I give it to my sons, but they're boys. They're not as smart as the girls. All right. So the girls, they're like, oh, here, dad. You know, boom. And so that's how that stuff walks down. They're listening. They're in the kitchen over here. We're at an Airbnb in Rome, and they're laughing right here. They're like, "Ooh, they're all guilty. He just said the boys are dumb." Anyways, they're really laughing hard now. They're not dumb. They're just not that smart. They're like steak knives, very sharp. They're like butter knives, the boys. Okay, next. So then you're going to bring local guests to local events every month. You're all going to do that. Like, I don't have any. We put Leo the 14th in place. I'm here. Okay. I watched it happen. I walked up and the white smoke billowed and there's Pope Leo. I happened to just walk up. Last time they did that was 1977. I saw it live on accident. It was great. So here's the deal. You put on a local month and you get guests to your local event. The first thing I did was book an event. The first thing. There were no events in Sacramento. I booked an event and like 8 people show up and they were all my guests. I hope you have the pressure of getting everyone there. You don't get to come, put on an event and you do it. Now, like for example, Tom Costello's in Sacramento. This Thursday, Michael Hellickson in 2 days is going to be here. He's a big mega star. Each month you want to focus your people there. You want to meet him. I want you to see what EXP is about. I want you to see our culture. I want you to see the training we put on. Michael Hellickson's going to rip the cover off the baseball, then eat the baseball. Bill Pipes was here last month. Amazing. We have AI. We have Colton's coming in July. He's does $300 million in the past 12 months. These are stars. I don't have that. Well, I didn't have that when I started either. I got anyone I could get, and we did events that it worked just as good. The people sponsor the people. Everyone write that down. The people sponsor the people. Carolyn, yes, you've been waiting forever with your hand raised. Yes, you may talk.
Um, happily, I have Zoom with Carolyn Live because you said this like many months ago. So I'm ready to go. But that Hellickson, can I invite people to that?
No,
I've
you
been.
may not, because you have to
Is
live
it
in
live?
Sacramento. You have to live in Sacramento.
Okay, so that was the second thing is I'm a natural facilitator, so I'm going to vote who's going to lead. But if we're doing that 2 week, how do we agree? There's criteria we need to have in our group for if somebody gets a strike. I love people. I don't like to give strikes, but we're going to have to
Yeah.
do that in a fair way. So that was my question.
Yes. So I'll get to that. You're jumping ahead. It's a good question. Okay, you can put your hand down now on the little thing. Okay, good. So here's a good job. You did a good job. So you're going to bring guests every month. Initial there. You're going to sponsor so many agents every month. My goal was to sponsor 2 or 3 a month. I did 5 a month because I did not miss the daily goals because the daily goals ended up the monthly sponsoring. It worked better than I thought. And then you're going to sponsor so many agents. So if you're doing 3 agents a month, that would be 9 in the next 90 days. You put 9 there and I guess I forgot the line there, Rob. I will sponsor blank agents. I forgot the line. That's number 6, Rob.
Got
I
it.
found a little typo. So we're gonna have to add a line there. We'll give this all to you on Friday. Those of you online. So I will sponsor blank agents the next 90 days, 9 agents, and then you're gonna initial that. I will bring X number of legs or organizations to build this summer. So for example, Tahoe Tony is sponsored by a guy that I sponsored who quit. I count Tony. Tony is a frontline leg for me, even though he's down too deep from me. I have a guy, John Foster. If he comes to events and he comes to Cabo, he comes to everything, he's 5 deep from me. I count him. He counts. If Casey Jihad didn't come, but Tom Costello did, Tom's sponsor is Casey Jihad, Rick and Casey. Rick passed away. And God bless his soul. We love you, Rick. Give you a hug if I could see you. But if Casey didn't come, but Tom was there, I count it. It's a leg. It's an organization. Tom represents that organization. So the question is, I will bring X number of legs. My first event, I brought 19. You've heard me say this very times. I probably had a goal to bring 25, and I brought 19. Aim for Aim for a jump across a 3-foot stream, land in a mud puddle. Set big goals. Aim for the sun and the star and land on the moon. If you fail, you land on the moon. Having 19 legs to Fort Lauderdale was landing on the moon. So set some big goals. So this summer, build. Are you going to LA? You're going to build at sea out of Florida. You're going to go to Charlotte. You're going to go to Dallas build. You can go to buildevent25.com and see where they are. Buildevent25.com. Pick a build and how many legs, and you're going to initial how many you bring in. So these are your goals. You're going to sign it. You're going to date it. And at the bottom, again, it's time to treat revenue share like a business. I don't think we have any other sheets, right, Rob? Nothing underneath that.
That's correct. This is it.
So you're going to get to fill out this sheet, and basically it's going to be really cool. I forgot also, Rob, on number 1 and 2, they need to initial those. I do remember I did forget. I meant to go back up and add the initials.
Got it.
So let's go back up to the very top. I just want to give you an idea of what the Genius Zone is. So this is for people who are just flat ready to move on with their life. You're going to be forced to be uncomfortable. Worthwhile things are uphill. All worthwhile things are upstream. It's going to take a daily effort to move the ball. And so this is going to help you do it. Again, we will be live, broadcasting live from the office at zoom@brent.live right here if you'd like to be a part of it remotely, in person, and we're going to put you into pods. And so I'll have somebody in charge of the Zoom to break you up into pods of 3 to 5 people. And basically, again, you're going to elect a leader and you're going to elect a scribe. What's a scribe do? Write down the goals, right? Every night when you meet at 9 o'clock, Pacific, Eastern, Central, Mountain Standard Time at 9 o'clock, and you talk for 1 to 2 minutes. How long are you going to talk? 1 to 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes. You're going to say, here's what I did today. If you can do it in 30 seconds today, I said I would meet, prospect this many people. And I said I'd meet with someone and show them all explained. I said I'd meet 5. I met 10. I said I'd show it to one person, my person canceled. Done. Don't give us an excuse. Well, they got sick. We don't want to hear they got sick. Just say I didn't do it. Because people canceled on me too, and I replaced them. It's okay. After 2 weeks, did you hit 90%, or 80% or 90 or 85%? And did you do it or didn't you do it type thing? And everyone's going to vote. And if you, and then you go, what do you think? Well, ask the person first. They go, to the truth, I feel like I failed the past 2 weeks. Okay, done. Unanimous strike. You got 1. And then 2 weeks later, and then 3 weeks later. So if you struck out, it would take 45 days to strike out of this thing. But it's up to you. You don't have to be a part of this. I wanted to create something for the crazy people. I did the 1% Club at 19 years old. I was a dishwasher. We met at 9 o'clock every single night at my house in Chico. I believe Monday through Saturday. We did it 6 nights. Now, we were young, we were crazy, and we met in person, not on a Zoom. Very easy to meet on a Zoom. We met at my home in person every single night at 9 o'clock. We all went on to become super successful too. We held ourselves accountable to a goal and stuff got done. So I think this is it for today. And it has been fun sharing with you from Rome. I probably woke up everybody in the building earlier. It's like, but this whole gladiator thing gets you, it's like a big crazy thing. So anybody, and as far as voting, again, it's just, you're all going to vote. I think people will vote. They'll say, I deserve a strike. Now you guys could say, no, you're being hard on yourself. We don't think you did. Okay. But ask the person to answer your question, Carolyn. Do you feel like you did it or you didn't? If they killed it and they're like, I didn't do it on Wednesday last week, I think I deserve a strike. You're like, are you kidding me? You killed it. No, you ain't getting a strike. So really they should almost do a self-strike. And if they're like, I just don't know, then you
I
could say,
said Brendan Broussard would approve. He's my coach on that, and that's how he would encourage me to do it. So I wanted your backing though. That's how I'll, if we get a chance to do that.
okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Great. So you're going to, your mic's still hot, Carolyn. There you go. Good job. So you're going to elect a leader. You're going to elect the leader. And then you're going to elect a scribe, someone to take notes on what people are doing daily. And then every 2 weeks, we're going to meet and we're going to hear from the leader of each pod. How'd you do? And I'll have some training. And it's going to be fun. This is meant to be fun. If it sounds like jury and a drag, don't be a part of it. Don't. But if you're like, I need something to move me over the edge, you will do more for other people than you will do for yourself. And so I really encourage you to be a part of this Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific on the Zoom Live, which is 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain Standard, 5 Pacific. This Friday, we'll Zoom it live. It'll be a live event from my office. And probably going to have 30 people a part of this, maybe 35. It's going to be fun. And we're going to see what happens in the next 90 days. Can we move the needle? Put people on your front line. You're welcome to bring someone. If you know someone in your group that would really benefit from this, Tony or Robert or Gary or Sherry Johnson or Raina or Jim Fury or, Jamie Bryant. I see you guys down there, Marcella. I see all of you. You're welcome to invite them. There's not a cost. I'm not charging you to do this. This is the Genius Zone and it's Genius Move. And I want you to be a part of it to go to the next level. Any questions as we wrap this up? I know I went a little long tonight. My apologies. Anybody have a question about the Genius Zone? Now, we post this tomorrow on YouTube, so you can watch this again if you want to be tortured some more, or you need more clarity on what I just did and how to pronounce Carmen Zunina's name. I've got it down. Tommy, lay it on me, baby. What's going on?
So wow, I love this because this is the one thing that I need is accountability. I just know. So if you're not opposed, it sounds like you're going to break us up into 4 or 5 people into pods. You're going to choose a leader and a scribe. We're going to commit to whatever goals we decide to do on a daily basis. And then every night, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock, the leader of each pod is going to organize a little recap of all the people in the pod, and they're just going to 1 to 2 minutes. Hey, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that.
Yeah.
And then 10, 15 minutes, whatever, and we're done.
Yep. It hopefully 5 to 10 minutes. It's not supposed to be a big long thing, take you away from your family, but it's like, crud, I'm going to meet with these guys tonight. I don't want to miss. I don't know, maybe Mr.
wanna show up
90 was showing,
empty-handed.
but maybe you could show someone the model explained at 4 in the afternoon or at 7 o'clock in the evening, whatever it takes. Get it done. No excuses. No excuses. And remember, you must lift every Zoom room you enter and every physical room you enter and Zoom room. You need to come and give out a bunch of excuses. You don't have to come and complain and you suck the life out of the room. You take the bone marrow out of the bone, dead men tell no tales. I don't know what made me say that, but it just sounded good. Anyway, so you need to come with a great attitude. If you miss, say, hey, today I missed, tomorrow I'm going to kill it. Like I'm peeved and I'm going to kill it tomorrow. I'm going to do triple tomorrow. There were days I did triple. So great question, Tom. So yeah, so everybody come this Friday with expectation. If you want to be a part of this, make sure you sign up. Rob, let's put up the square again with a few late comers. And you can take a picture of what you're about to see and sign up. But any other questions? Great question, Tom. Yeah. I don't know if Rob is distracted or he's probably looking, he's got to pull it up out of his work file there. Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Brent, just to clarify, I got one more question.
Yeah.
And you may clarify this Friday night, but in your case, you did Fridays only. You were Monday through Thursday real estate, and then Friday afternoons was all about rev share. Is that acceptable? Because I feel like, okay, well, I'm
Not
doing
totally. My
Friday, and I haven't done anything Monday through Thursday. So each call, I'm going to say I
So
did
that
nothing.
no. I did EXP 6 days a week. I only made myself prospect because that's the hard part. Showing up to play the model explains fun and easy. You bring a bagel and a cup of coffee and you meet them at a mortgage company or a title company. You East Coasters at your attorney's office, you get in their conference room, you open your laptop and you press play. That's easy. That was exciting. What takes the energy, what takes the guts to get out of the ruts, what action attraction is to text someone. Tom, you got a second. Carmen, you got a second. Frank, you got a second. Carolyn, you got a second. Yeah, what's up? Boom. You're on the phone. You're facing rejection. That's what takes energy. That's what takes courage. And that took time. And I just wasn't me personally. I'm not saying it's how to do it. I said, I will put pressure on myself like that 1 day out of 7 from 2 to 5 for 3 hours. I went in a conference room with the boring sheetrock wall, didn't even have a picture. I had a list of people I'd already pre-made from Facebook and LinkedIn and past clients on my phone. I just started texting and calling, text. And they go, yeah, what's up? And instead of texting back, I call them. They can't not take your call. They just texted, yeah, what's up? I got a second. They don't know what you're calling about. Boom. And then I call them. And so then what I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7:30, I'd meet them for coffee and show them model explain. So I did it every day, but I was done by 8:30. I did real estate the rest of the day. I'm gonna have a follow-up Zoom at 11, another follow-up Zoom at 3, another follow-up Zoom at 5. So I was doing stuff with the EXP all day long, but mainly I was doing showing property at the time. Honestly, at my point in my career, I was not showing property. I was doing listing appointments. So that's what I did. So I was doing real estate, basically 5 and on Sundays, I probably met with on Saturday, I probably had overflow people I had to cancel. I rescheduled them for Saturday. I probably did someone at 9 in the morning and 11 in the morning. I'd show the model explain. I was showing it 30 times a month. That is why I succeeded. And you got to figure it out how to do it. People told me they've never heard of EXP. It's a horrible idea. They'll never work. And now they said everyone's heard about EXP. It's a terrible idea. Which is it? No one's heard of it, or everyone's heard of it? Which one is it? Don't listen to them. The reason they are the average, the reason they are the 80% is because they think like that. When I went to Keller Williams, it was already the #1 company in Sacramento, and I recruited 177 agents the first year. Why did I personally recruit 177 agents to Keller Williams? Because I brought more people to the meetings. I'd bring 20, 25, 30 people. How'd you bring so many people? So I was talking to a lot of people. The more people you talk to, the more you succeed. If you have one buyer and you're 100% successful, you have one sale. If you have 100 buyers and you're only 20% success rate, not 100%, 20%, 80% failure rate, you put 20 homes in escrow. You fail because you do not try. It is not because you do not try that you fail. It's because it's not, things are not difficult because you do not try. It's because you do not try that things are difficult. You think you're doing, you're not doing. And so Michael Hellickson, this Thursday, you got to get better at inviting people. Now, if they're just not interested, you just got to, you're not talking to enough people to find the ones who are interested to bring them. And you got to say, I don't expect you, Tom, don't leave Remax. Stay there for 25 years. Never leave Remax. Now, would you come? Now, listen to me. I'm role playing. Don't do that. I know you're saying never, but listen to me. I want you to stay at Coldwell Banker for the next 30 years. Now, would you come to Michael Hellickson and let your life get changed? This is one of the most brilliant trainers in America. And then take that information back to Berkshire Hathaway, back to Sotheby's, and kill it. I forbid you to come to EXP. Carmen, never come to EXP. This is how I got people to go to events. Like, they relax. Okay, I could stay where I am. Yes, stay at your independent brokerage. But come here, Michael Hellickson. This guy's going to rock your world. Don't show property to a listing. He will help you sell 10, 20 more homes this year. 10,000 house, that's $100,000 to $200,000. You're going to miss it. Are you coming or not? Okay, Gove, I'll be there. It's energy. Energy moves mountains. Your energy, you to film yourself. Just put your film over here and go, God, it's mealy mouth. I didn't have the passion. I didn't have the enthusiasm. And so maybe a few people thought I was crazy. I don't know, but I would show up at 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 guests. No problem. Every month there was events. So of course I sponsored 177. The reason you didn't do that is you show up by yourself to Michael Hellickson this Thursday. And well, there are no events in my area. There were none in mine. And what excuse are you making? Well, who would come? Get a room, invite some people, learn what it's like to have nobody come or 3 people when you were planning for 30. It's depressing. Welcome to life. Everything worthwhile is upstream. You were getting a ticket on the struggle bus, guys, the suck it up bus. Anyways, I hope this was encouraging. Man, nobody got off. You guys are animals. There's 28 people. You're all in here together. I love it. I love it. Any final questions? Great questions. Super good. Final questions. Make sure you register. We're buying food for locally. For those of you locally, those of you that are on Zoom live from far away, get a taco or turkey sandwich. I'm sorry, but those of you in Roseville, I'm going to feed you. Yes, Carolyn, you had a question real quick?
It
Go
was,
ahead.
will you record it for us wimps on the East Coast that can't get there?
Yeah, it'll be recorded. Okay. All right, everyone. Love you guys. Peace out from Rome. And those of you, I'm flying back from Rome to Sacramento this Thursday. I'll be back Thursday night. I'll be in the office all day Friday, doing a huge meeting with Cole Taylor, my strategist, my business consultant, and I'll be all day. Then that evening at 5, we start the Genius Zone. I could not be more excited. We'll see you guys there. Have a great day. Adios.